Ever thought about what happens when you mix a tropical cocktail, a sunny beach, and a forgetful social media influencer? You get an unexpected adventure and a missed cruise ship. Yes, folks, we're talking about the epic saga of Tesla Williams. Picture this: sun-soaked beaches, the sound of the waves, and Tesla, our influencer, sipping on her tropical drink. But alas, time slipped away, and so did the cruise ship. Cruise ship itineraries, my friends, are planned years in advance, with a precision that would make a Swiss watchmaker envious. Passengers are given a clear curfew. Be back half an hour before departure. But what if you miss that curfew? What if, like Tesla, you let the island's charm lure you into a carefree daze and you find yourself waving at your ship from shore? So, what happens when the ship sails without you? Let's dive into the details. The captain of a cruise ship isn't just a skilled navigator. He also moonlights as a decision maker in these tricky situations. When a passenger misses the ship, the captain has to make a quick but calculated decision. He must consider the number of people missing, the distance to the next port, and the weather conditions. Imagine being in the captain's shoes for a moment. One passenger is missing, the next port is a day away, and a storm is brewing on the horizon. Waiting could mean the safety of hundreds could be at risk. Leaving could mean one person is stranded. It's a tough call to make, isn't it? Now let's debunk a myth. You might have heard whispers that captains intentionally leave passengers behind to encourage them to buy cruise-organized excursions. That's far from the truth. No captain wants to leave a passenger behind. But sometimes, the decision isn't about want, it's about what's necessary. So the next time you're on a cruise, remember to set your alarm and make it back to the ship on time. As it turns out, it's not personal when the ship leaves without you. It's all about logistics and safety. So, you've missed the ship, now what? Brace yourself, it's not a walk in the park. Now, if you've missed your ship in Europe, consider yourself slightly lucky. The aftermath here is a tad bit easier to handle, but don't get me wrong, it's still no joyride. You may have to jump through a few bureaucratic hoops, and trust me, they can be as tricky as they sound. And expenses? Oh, they can be significant. So start counting those pennies. Now here's where the unsung heroes come in, the port agents. These are the folks who are responsible for helping you with onward travel arrangements. But remember, these arrangements are made at your own expense. So, yes, your bank account might take a hit. In some rare cases, passengers have taken matters into their own hands, like swimming after the ship or hitching a ride on a pilot boat to rejoin the vessel. But let's face it, those are more of movie stunts, and we'd advise you to stick to the port agents. It's safe to say that missing your ship is an unplanned adventure that you might want to skip. While Tesla Williams' story might have sparked a debate, it also brought to light the reality of what happens when you miss a cruise ship. It's a whirlwind of emotions, a race against time, and an unexpected adventure all rolled into one. We've navigated through the captain's tough decisions, the intricacies of cruise ship itineraries, and the aftermath that ensues when passengers are left behind. We've discovered that missing your ship is not an uncommon occurrence. It's often a result of losing track of time while immersed in the beauty of the excursion. We've learned that being left behind is easier to handle in some regions than others, with Europe being the most forgiving. But it's still a situation you'd rather avoid. We've highlighted the importance of being mindful of the ship's departure time, not just to avoid the stress and potential financial burden of catching up with the ship, but also to ensure a smooth and enjoyable vacation. Remember, the cruise ship is a part of your vacation, not an obstacle to your next adventure. Make sure you're on board when it sets sail. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more travel tales and tips. Until next time, keep cruising.